Hey guys, welcome back to Ask Snes. Hope you're all well today. So as you can see, it's a beautiful day today, and I thought I'd come out in the back garden, get a bit of nice background noise as well with the birds. So yeah, hope you're all well. I've got a lot of questions as usual, so we'll get stuck straight into it. And the first question is from Guy Bush Freakwood, great name mate. And his question is, which part of Birmingham did you live in before you moved? I lived in Sheldon. And which is your favourite LucasArts game? It's going to be Monkey Island. I haven't played a lot of LucasArts games, so that's going to be the best choice for me because I only played a handful, and I love the first Monkey Island. Brilliant game. Thank you very much, mate. Next set of questions from Java 4. Thank you. First question: now that you're into the Amiga, do you think that you may get an Amiga 1200 machine in the future? It'll allow you to play the later AGA enhanced graphics games. That is actually the plan, yes. In the future I want to get a 1200 because I want to play the AGA games, but also because, as we know, the media, the 3.5-inch floppy disks aren't that reliable and they tend to die over time. So my plan is to eventually get a 1200 and I can buy the big box games for the AGA games, and I can have all the games on the shelf looking nice, and obviously they'll work for so long. But I can also put a compact flash in the 1200, which I'm sure you know about this anyway, and use it as a virtual hard drive and have all the games digital, which, yes, I am against digital, but it makes more sense in this respect because of the physical media being so unreliable. So that's the plan anyway. Okay, and what controller do you use with the Amiga? I've actually got a new joystick which is in an upcoming video, so I won't spoil what that is yet, but I'll show you. That will be in a video hopefully next week. And how is your Amiga connected to your TV? Is the picture quality good? Picture quality is excellent. I'm using an RGB SCART which I got from Retro Computer Shack on eBay. Best place to get the Amiga SCARTs from, and Mega Drive SCARTs. They're absolutely fantastic quality. Have you thought about getting an SD card adapter for your Amiga or 64? It emulates the hard drive, disk drive, and enables you to load games in seconds. Yes, as I say, I want to get a compact flash for the 1200 in the future. I know you can get, is it the GoTech, I think it's called, which emulates the drive on the Amiga 500. I don't know much about the C64 emulation side. I don't know how that works. But in terms of the Amiga, I did think about getting the GoTech. I just think personally, at this stage, there's not much point because the games I'm buying are working okay. I've got backups of some games as well, so I can play those. And then, as I say, in the future, when I get 1200, get a compact flash, do the hard drive, and then I'll be set for life, really. Are there any Amiga games that you really want to get in the near future? Top of my list at the moment is Lemmings. I'm having a tough time getting a decent condition Lemmings, and especially the one with the actual slip case, which is the one I had back in the day. A lot of the ones I'm seeing are from the Cartoon Classics pack, which were in a normal box. So that's the main one I want to get. A couple of others are Speedball 2, Xenon 2, all pretty easy to come by. Monkey Island 1 and 2, which are a little bit pricey, so I will get those. One I really want is Risky Woods, but at the moment, if you find a copy, you're looking at about 50 quid, so that's going to be waiting. But yes, I'd love to get those games. Will you continue to be picking up the odd Amiibo figure? I like them, but the pain of trying to get them means I've only got a few. Yes, it is a pain in the arse, isn't it? Yes, absolutely. New Amiibos coming out, I will be buying them. There is a new Amiibo coming out tomorrow, actually. I've just got the confirmation from Amazon that it's been shipped, so that'll be here tomorrow. And there is an Amiibo video that I'm putting together, which will be coming up shortly. But yeah, I'm literally just trying to get what I can. The new ones that have been announced so far, I've managed to get hold of 2 Zero Suit Samus. I don't know how I managed to get 2 of them, but I did. I've got the green, the pink, and the blue Yoshi yarns ordered, and I've also got the 2 Splatoon Inkling Boy and Girls ordered. I just can't get Dr. Mario or Bowser Jr. So if anyone ever sees Bowser Jr. or Dr. Mario come up for pre-order anywhere, please message me because I really want to get those. Wow, that was cool. Bird just flew right over my head. That sounds really good on camera. That was amazing. Anyway, are you planning to do any filming during the Blackpool trip? Unfortunately, I won't be going to Blackpool, so I can't, mate. But hopefully, I will one day get there. Hopefully next year. I keep saying that, but hopefully I will do. That's my plan. I see that a glass of orange has made an appearance in some of your recent vids. It'd be good to see a cup of tea return to the screen. It will do. It's just the weather. So at the moment, I'm still on the squash because it's getting bloody warm, and I need to keep myself hydrated. Thank you for the question, mate. Next couple of questions from Steve, Addy Sneaker Freak. Cheers, Steve. What is your favourite Amiga game and why? Really hard to say, Steve, to be honest with you. I played a lot of games back then, and most of them I don't really remember what they were. And the ones that I can remember, there's a lot of good games, and it's really hard to choose one. So, you know, when you're choosing your favourite, it's always like, you know, which one's your favourite child, isn't it? And I think now, at the moment, my favourite game probably going to be Chaos Engine, but in the future would probably change again, because there's games like Speedball 2 that are vying for its attention. But for the time being, I'll go with Chaos Engine because I really like that game. And would you ever think about getting a Prince Albert? No. I've had several piercings in my life, and the one that I always said I would never do is anything to do with that. If I was to ever have that pierce, which is unlikely, it was going to be an amplang, which is the one that goes straight through. But I wouldn't do either, because you ain't touching that. That's just wrong. Alright, thank you very much, Steve. Next set of questions are from Keith, Mr. K. Hewitt. So, expect a lot of questions. Thank you, Keith. Right, okay, so first question is, why is the bit power not something that console manufacturers emphasise these days? The last one to do it was the 360. Actually, to be honest, Keith, the last one to do it was the PlayStation 2, which was 128-bit. They don't do it now because it's not relevant in terms of the actual technology, as far as I'm aware. Because I remember seeing ages ago a Bad Influence episode on YouTube where they explained the bits. It was when the Jaguar was coming out, and I'm not very technical. It's something to do with the PCB, and there's on the board there was like 64 bits or 2 sets of 32. I don't really understand it, or I can't quite remember. But yeah, it isn't relevant in the modern era because we're using PC bits. I can't think of the word. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. Last week, Sia was meant to be GTA. Blooming autocorrect again. What do you think of that? It doesn't surprise me, mate. If you're doing it on a mobile device, I get it all the time. My phone and my tablet just constantly change everything, and it's frustrating. What decade was the best for eating in the UK? I think the 1990s was exciting for all the new celebrity chefs. I don't know, mate. To be honest, I've got no idea. Not something I've ever thought about, really, if I'm honest with you. Hang on a minute, this question's before. So I was just getting a bit confused, and I thought Keith would ask the same questions again. Unless I'm having deja vu. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm so keen for everyone to ask 50 questions for the 50th Ask Snes episode. I'm not, Keith, because I'll be all bloody day doing the video. As per Sega sent me one suggestion. You can, but if everybody asks 50 questions, this is easily going to be a 3-hour video, and I don't know if you guys have got the will to want to watch a video that long, but if you do, fair enough. I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can, but I mean, yeah. Okay, Peter Jones as friends. That's the guy from the Dragon's Den. Or a lifetime supply of cheese and onion crisps. I'm not a big fan of cheese and onions, so I'll go Peter Jones as my mate. You're in a broken down lift. Name a YouTuber for the following profiles: someone calm and devising an escape plan. Someone who's calm and can devise an escape plan. Probably going to be Champion 2D Rob, although he's really big, so there would be a lot of room in the lift because he's like about 7 foot tall, but he's really calm and methodical. So I'd say, yeah, Rob. Someone smoking despite everyone's dismay. Yeah, I don't know who smokes on YouTube. I don't know if any of them do. I've never noticed anywhere that does smoke. So I'm not sure. I don't know who I could pick there because I don't know any smokers on YouTube, unfortunately. Someone battering the door down in a blind rage. Retro Dave Nintendo. See that happening. See Dave just losing his shit. Someone asleep through boredom. Daz Cajones de Laura. Although I don't know, Daz might be a bit hyper, isn't he? That's probably he'd probably be bouncing off the walls. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we'll just go with Daz. If you met a talking animal, which species would you prefer? Probably a cat, because they're pretty chilled out and they're not going to attack you. You're decorating. The pot of paint is teetering above an ostrich egg and a very defensive mummy ostrich. Okay, alright, horticulture, yeah, very funny. A horticulturalist angry with a spiky cactus. Yeah, I got it right this time. Which do you push it towards? So we've got an ostrich egg, the mum of the ostrich, or a horticulturalist, Jesus, who's angry with a spiky cactus. Probably the ostrich mum, that way you can nick the egg. What would you change about the UK economy? There's a blatant question, isn't it? As I'm not George Osborne, I don't really know too much about it. It's a bit of a difficult one. I mean, the only thing you can do really is work more to find ways to encourage businesses to stay in the UK and employ people. That's the most important thing, and to encourage overseas business to come over here as well and set up business. And you know, because we need jobs like everybody these days, so that'd be the most important thing, and that will obviously help the economy then. Okay, you're the one YouTuber on my subs list that I immediately try and watch. Have you got any like that? Yeah, there's loads. Retro Dave Nintendo, Cybersnake 7, Champion 2D Rob. He says that and then he freezes. Yeah, Daz Cohen's the Lauro, another one. Just for a handful. There's just several people that as soon as I see a video, I'm like, great, got to see what they're talking about. Alex, of course, Blue Tonic 78. Sorry, Alex. Lebossu 77. Love Owen's videos. Yeah, there's just several people, but those are the main ones. Oh. Snog, Marry or Avoid. So if anyone who doesn't know, outside the UK, there's a show called Snog, Marry or Avoid, and basically they have people go on there who have they have women go on there with like loads of makeup and plastic surgery and they're just dressed really badly, and they take them on the street and say to men, would you snog, marry or avoid, and then they give them a makeover. Anyway, would you snog, marry or avoid Paul Gascoigne, Pingu, Stevie Wonder? Sorry, it had to be done. No, he didn't. Well, I'll snog Pingu, marry Stevie Wonder for the music, and avoid Paul Gascoigne because he's temperamental and you just don't know which way he's going to go. Turnips versus aubergines. I don't know, I've never tried either, so I can't say. You didn't thank me for my question last week. Sorry, Keith, thank you for last week's question. I love it that you thank everyone and you often comment on the questions. Do you give any questions? Do you give any questions for any YouTubers Q&A? Okay, do you give any questions? I would say you mean for other people. Yeah. I don't really watch too many people that do Q&As. The main one I watch is Alyssa White, who does Inside Alyssa White, which is absolutely brilliant. Put a link down below in the description for Alyssa's channel if you've not checked her out. She's really nice person. Great channel. And she does a regular Q&A, as I say, Inside Alyssa White. And I do my best to try and leave questions every time for her, because I really enjoy her responses. But yeah, thanks, mate. It's only right that you thank people. I think if you take the time to leave a question, then it's only right that I thank you for doing so. Assign the following people to the following profiles. Someone enjoys producing wicker baskets, someone enjoys eating turnips, someone enjoys getting a small orangutan. Oh, petting a small orangutan. Right, Stevie Wonder, Pingu and Paul Gascoigne. So we need someone who enjoys producing wicker baskets, Paul Gascoigne. Someone who enjoys eating turnips, that would have to be Pingu, and Stevie will have to pet the orangutan, I'm afraid. Have you ever accidentally rubbed your eyes after chopping chilies? No, not yet, thank God. Are you thinking of getting a bar for your games room? It's not, to be honest with you, Keith, I don't drink that much. Not like when I was younger. I used to drink a lot when I was younger, and I think that's what's changed me as I'm older. And now it's more of a social. If I go out for a meal, I'll have a beer, maybe 2 beers. But I don't drink in the house very often. The only time it really happens is around Christmas time. So there's not really much point having a bar in there because I tend to just drink cups of tea. Okay, I'm not asking too many questions this week. I'm saving myself for next week when I will ask 50 questions as per Sega Sent Me One's challenge for us all, for all us regulars. It's going to be a long one next week. What do you think of that? I mean, fair enough, mate, go for it. You know, if you can think of 50 questions, and I know you probably can, great. And if Mark and everybody else, LFC Game and all the usual people that leave questions can do that, it'll be interesting, let's put it that way. It's going to be a hell of an episode. You need to destroy one item of furniture in your home currently. Which one would it be? I don't know why I would want to do that, but okay. I don't know. There really isn't anything that I would actually want to destroy in my home. I'm kind of content with the way it is, to be honest with you. So I'm probably going to have to pass on that one. Will Pilot Wings and F-Zero make a return? I would say there's a good chance Pilot Wings might come back. And F-Zero is a possibility, but I'm not entirely certain. I don't know if that's what they're looking at. It'd be really cool if they did do both of them. I'd rather see F-Zero over Pilot Wings, if I'm honest, because Pilot Wings is good, but F-Zero is better. But you never know with Nintendo, they might just throw a curveball at E3 and just, you know, come back with F-Zero, Pilot Wings and a few other classics. What is your ethical and political stance on the atrocities happening in the Mediterranean with immigrant boats? That's it. Can you go from questions about Paul Gascoigne, Pingu and Stevie Wonder to that? I'll be honest, I haven't paid much attention to the story. I know that I think it was 700 or 800 people died, which was absolutely horrendous. That should definitely not be happening, and it does really open your eyes a little bit and make you question the whole immigration debate that's going on at the moment, because I think everybody in Europe at the moment is complaining, from what I can see, about immigration in all of our countries. We're all swamped by immigration due to EU law, and it is something that's really, you know, a big issue that needs to be addressed and talked about, and the politicians are very uneasy about talking about it. They're only being pushed into it because of UKIP, otherwise they just wouldn't talk about it at all. And I think when something like this happens, it's something that really does make you sit back and think, actually, okay, in certain parts of the country, people are feeling the pressure of immigration, and that's understandable. But it's really difficult, because these are human beings that we're talking about here. 700 to 800 people have just died because they were trying to make a better life for themselves, and you can't argue with that, can you? Really, it's a really tough, very multi-leveled discussion and topic. It's not something you can just put a blanket statement out and be black and white about. I think when a tragedy like that happens, you really do have to sit back and think about what we're doing and how we're controlling our immigration situation, and also why is this happening? Why are these people having to leave their countries? You know, why is the world gone to shit, basically? And it's that bad that they have to, you know, try and cross in a boat and do the best they can to try and make a better life. It's absolutely terrible, I think, to be honest. You know, we should be all grateful for what we have, because we've got a really beautiful country to live in, and we're very, very lucky. Right, okay, let's lighten the mood a bit. Which kind of vegetable would you like to grow the most? Carrots. Love carrots. Do you often sunbathe? Look at me, mate. Look how pale I am. No, I don't. I think aubergine is yummy. What do you enjoy making with it? I've never tried it, mate, so I've got no idea. What time do you normally record the Q&A? It depends. Sometimes in the morning. Today I'm doing it in the afternoon. It's now just coming up to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but normally it would be early morning. Yes or no, can mankind really hone the world's oil? Is that supposed to be own? I'm not too sure. Or is that supposed to be hone? I think what we need to do is stop worrying about oil and finding alternatives. However that may be, we need to do it, because we're going to run out eventually. We're going to need to find another option. So yeah. So thank you very much, Keith. Interesting set of questions there, mate. Next set of questions from LFC Gamer. Thank you very much. First question is, when you don't feel like playing any of your games, do you just relax in your game room and listen to some tunes? I've actually moved the record player downstairs now. I moved it out of the game room because I was getting a bit sick of having to go upstairs to listen to records. So now I just chill out downstairs. So, but yeah, I mean, besides that, if I'm not playing games, it's just nice to go in the game room just to chill and just to wander around and just look at the games. And you know, I think a lot of collectors are like that as well. You can just get a lot of enjoyment just from walking around your room and just looking at the game boxes. What songs do you enjoy listening to the most on a hot summer's day? Depends on my mood, as always. I mean, I was cycling this morning and I got my Zune on what do you call it, shuffle. So it was just playing a mixture. I got like happy hardcore, I got metal, rock, punk. I had some pop music on there. So it's just, it all depends on my mood. But I like upbeat, happy tunes in the summer. Can you remember what your last meal was? When did I eat last? That was probably 2 days ago, because I think I had a sandwich last night. I didn't have a meal last night, and it wasn't nothing special or healthy. It was a Ginster steak pasty, I think it was, with potatoes and veg. It was cracking, and gravy on top. Do you prefer the Konami or Capcom startup sound on your Super Nintendo? Konami. Yeah, the Capcom one is brilliant and really iconic, but I love the Konami one because I love that noise it makes, and as it rolls down the screen, it's just really cool. Yeah, definitely go with Konami. Were you gutted when Woolworths closed all their shops? Not really, because I never really shopped in Woolworths, to be quite honest with you. But they've still got an online store, so you know they're good for pick and mix. What was the easiest SNES game that you ever played? Ooh, I don't know, because most of them aren't that easy, are they? They're always quite challenging. I couldn't say that I've ever played a game that is easy on the SNES. They're all pretty challenging in a way, so no, I really haven't got one that comes to mind, I'm afraid. Okay, other than the 16-bit era, what is your second most favourite generation? 32-bit. Well, it's sort of 32-bit slash 64, isn't it? Because they sort of melded. But yeah, PlayStation 1, the original PlayStation, phenomenal console. There's so many great games. So yeah, and as it's still got a foot in that 2D era as well. So I would definitely go with the 32-bit era. What current gen games would you like to see in PlayStation 1 form? That's cool, so going reversing it. I'd love to see a 32-bit version of the Uncharted games. That would be really cool. On that tip, I'd like to see them do The Last of Us. I don't know how you'd do it, but yeah, 32-bit, like polygons and triangles and all that. That'd be really cool to see that. What else would I like to see? Just try and run through the library of games now. Maybe a GTA game, because they did the top-down ones back then, but it'd be nice to see if they could do a 3D version. But yeah, the main one would be Last of Us. I'd love to see that. I don't even know how that would work, but it'd be cool. What is your favourite Michael Jackson album? Thriller, definitely. Bad's really good, Dangerous is really good, but Thriller is just an all-time classic. Name the first song that comes into your head. Bohemian Rhapsody. Don't know why, that's weird. What do you think of Angry Joe's videos? I've only watched a couple, and he's not my taste. I don't go for that type of person, to be honest. I like someone who's a bit calmer. Do you like Nigella Lawson, and do you like the look of her food? Her food's very nice, but she's even nicer. I think Nigella's hot. But yeah, her food's pretty good, actually. Have you accidentally rubbed your eyes just after chopping onions? That's really got to. I don't think I have, no. And do you prefer even numbers over odd numbers? I actually do, yeah, thinking about it, I do, yeah. Okay, so next question from 16-bit Jay, thank you Jay. And for anyone that doesn't know, Jay's just started making videos, so I'll put a link down in the description to Jay's channel. He put up a great video yesterday, a response to Novabug's Friday Foursome regarding the forgotten technologies, which was really great. So go over there guys, check out Jay's channel. If you like what you see, give him a subscribe, say hello, really nice bloke. And his question is, I was discussing with my friends about the console aesthetics, and aside from the original PlayStation and the first PlayStation 3 Slim, I think most of the designs Sony have had, I haven't liked much. Which manufacturer had console designs that you really weren't a fan of? Oh, my foot's gone, oh, my whole leg's just gone to sleep. Oh, Jesus. So, console designs I wasn't happy about. I'll be honest, the only one that I was never a fan of was the GameCube. I don't know. I mean, it's all right, but it's not the best design in the world. So I don't really want to like blanket say Nintendo, because it's only one console. But then you know, you look at like I like the Sony. I think the PS1 was great. The PS1 Slim was just absolutely beautiful. PS2 was okay. I didn't like the PS2 Slim at all. PS3 Fat, I absolutely adore that, especially the white one's beautiful. PS3 Slim isn't very good, it's just, I've got one and it's just like, it's alright. And the PS3 Super Slim is really cheap and tacky. PS4 is absolutely beautiful. Microsoft Xbox, the original, I really like that, it's a really cool design with the big X and the green jewel. Xbox 360, all versions of the Xbox 360 I liked, I think they all look really nice. And obviously they didn't really change it all that much anyway. And the Xbox One, I love that as well. So I can't say actually there's like a whole set of designs from one manufacturer that I don't like. The only one I've never liked really was the GameCube, and that was it. Yeah. So thank you, Jay. Next question from Gamer 2020 Raw. Thank you very much. Kate, how you doing? Good, thanks. Thanks for answering my question last time. You're good, great answers. Thank you. 2 questions this time. As virtual reality headsets are just around the corner, do you think they will be a success or a gimmick? I hope they'll be a success, but I think they'll be a gimmick. It all depends then on the software really. If they get good software, the games are great, and it looks like Sony's making a real effort with the Morpheus, then yes, it will be a success. But I don't know, because Microsoft have got the HoloLens, and that to me looks more appealing. But I am still really fascinated. The more I see the Morpheus, the more cool it looks, and it's really interesting. There was a demo I saw recently where some journalists were playing on the Morpheus, and it was a first-person shooter, and it was really cool. And I thought, if that can actually work, that would sell me on the Morpheus. But then I feel like the Wii, when that first came out, and they had that advert for Red Steel, and the geezers jumping over the sofa and everything, and you just think, oh, is it just marketing hype? But apparently it works really well. It is actually as good as it looks. So I don't know. I do think it's going to be a gimmick. I don't think it's going to be as successful as we hope it would be, but I've got a real hope that it will be amazing. It all depends, as I say, on the software and how many people buy it really. So just fingers crossed on that one. Also, what sort of experiences would you want out of a 3D virtual reality headset? Well, as I say, the first person shooter I saw looked absolutely fantastic, but for me personally, I want an adventure game. I want to see what Quantic Dream can do with virtual reality on the Morpheus. That would blow my mind. It would be perfect for David Cage to be able to explore the environment, to be able to pick objects up and look at them, and just get that tactile nature, and to be able to interact with characters and have conversations. It'd just be absolutely fantastic. It would just take it to the next level. So definitely anything that David Cage wants to do with Morpheus, he's got my approval. Those are really good questions, mate. I like them. Next question from Hexagon. What bit is the PlayStation 4? Well, it isn't, because obviously they don't use that anymore, but if it was using that, it would be 512, although technically it's probably a lot more powerful than that now. But yeah, going on the basis that the PlayStation 2 is 128-bit, I would say 512-bit. Sega sent me one, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. And his question is, have you ever thought about growing a long, badass beard? Well, as you can see, mate, it is starting to grow, and I don't know if I'll be able to grow it longer. I did used to when I was younger. I had a goatee down here, and I used to plait it, but I've never been able to grow a full beard. At the moment, it's okay because it's stopped growing for a bit now. It's only when it starts growing again, as you know, it itches like crazy, and that's what really makes me want to shave it off. But I am going to keep going and see how long I can get it. I don't know if I'll be able to grow a proper one. I'd love to grow like a proper hipster beard. That'd be really cool, like a big fat one like that. But we'll wait and see. Could have like a videos like Beard Watch or something. Trailer 2 of Star Wars, did you like it? I haven't watched it yet, mate. I haven't got around to it. I keep meaning to watch it, so I will do, and I'll let you know next week. Have you seen the American version of The Chase? I've seen a couple of them on one of the channels. I can't remember which one it was. It was at the top end near the BBC News. Yeah, it's weird. It's completely different to our Chase, and it is very American. The kind of thing you would expect typically from American shows, where the contestants are really over the top and excitable, which is quite funny to watch, and they really get upset when they lose. But the only thing is, Mark Lebet the Beast is because he's been in America doing that, he's become a bit of a miserable bastard when he's doing the UK one sometimes, I find. And he needs to calm down a bit. And also, I don't like the fact that I don't like in the American Chase that they keep calling him the Beast. They don't refer to him as Mark. He has to have his persona, which is a bit weird. And I also don't like the fact that when he gives his answer, he doesn't press the button or anything. She just asks him what his answer was. I find that a bit odd. I don't know why they changed the format. But I kind of like, even though the American contestants are really over the top and they get really into it, I kind of like that as well, because with the UK one, my criticism is always that most people haven't got the balls to go for the big amount, and they always go for the middle or the lower, never go for the lower. I hate people who go for the lower, mate. That really annoys me. But you know, you should always go for what you've earned or go for the higher one, and always take the risk. You got one chance. You're never going to have the opportunity again. Go for the big one. Episode 50, I might try and drop 50 questions. Is it too much? If it's cool, I think all the regulars should try 50. Have us a Titanic long episode. Mate, as I said earlier when Keith asked as well, if you like want to ask 50 questions and you're all happy to ask 50 questions each, and you know you want a nice long episode, go for it, because I'll do my best to answer them all. Number 5, are you still voting Tory? I don't answer that if you don't want to, because it might cause a shitstorm. At the moment, yes, I am. I'll be honest with you, Ed Miliband is starting to become more appealing lately. I don't trust Labour, will not vote Labour. After what they did for those 13 years, I will not put my X in their box. Not happening. But I will be honest, the more I see Ed Miliband, he's getting better and better every interview. He's been coming across extremely well lately, which is weird. But yeah, there is no choice for me other than the Tories this time round, because I want to make sure the country is stable and the economy is okay. The only alternative is Labour at the moment, and I'm not voting for them. I refuse to vote for Labour under any circumstances whatsoever. So yeah, I'm not going to vote for UKIP, because you can't trust them. You don't know what they're going to do with the country. They're not. It's far too risky. And the Greens are who I'd like to vote for, but at this point, no. As I said before, 5 years time maybe, but at the moment I want to make a sensible choice. It might cause a shitstorm, I like that. Mortal Kombat X has rustled a lot of feathers with DLC and microtransactions. I know you don't buy DLC, but will you be buying the game, or will you be avoiding it for this reason? I wasn't aware there was a hoo-ha, to be honest, mate. I hadn't noticed that. I haven't really paid attention to the game, if I'm honest. The only time I've seen it recently was James and Mike Plays on the Cinemassacre channel, the Angry Video Game Nerd, and they were playing it the other day, and it looked really nice, but it didn't look much different to the last one. I mean, I'm sure there's like technical differences. Graphically, it looks beautiful, but yeah, it's just Mortal Kombat. I'm more of a Street Fighter guy. I don't mind Mortal Kombat, but definitely prefer Street Fighter. So I may pick it up when it's cheap. We'll wait and see. I wasn't overly impressed with the last one, if I'm honest. I played it a little bit and never really went back to it. What's the best items in-game to collect to get an extra life? For example, mine would be Sonic games, collecting the rings. Oh, and you can't use Mario coins as an answer. Well, that's going to be my answer. Well, if I can't use Mario coins, I would use the one-up mushroom, then I'll cheat. Yeah, the green one-up mushroom and Mario. There you go. Can you swim? Yes, I can. I haven't since I was, like, I don't know, probably when I was a kid, not even a teenager, when I was really, really young. But yeah, I can swim. If Uncharted 4 has a super duper limited edition, will you be coughing up? All depends on the price and what they give you. If they give you a really nice statue, then yeah, probably. But if it's like 150 quid, then no. 100 quid would be the maximum, and that's really pushing it. But yeah, we'll wait and see, because a lot of these limited editions, I just find that they're not really worth the money a lot of the time. I mean, the Call of Duty ones have been pretty cool with the remote control car and the night vision goggles, but it all depends on what they do, really, what they put in there. Okay, what's the one game you wish you had just for collecting purposes that costs a lot of money? Mine would be Earthbound for the Super Nintendo. And mine would be Turrican 2, Super Turrican 2 on the Super Nintendo. Now, I can only get it from America, and it's bloody expensive, and one day I really want to own that game and play it. I'm dying to see what it's like, it's supposed to be great. So yeah, that's the one, Super Turrican 2. Do you remember the most expensive game in the 90s? What was it, and where did you see it? I honestly have no idea, mate. When I was a kid, I don't remember paying much attention to the price of games. The only time I ever remember an expensive game was when my friend imported Street Fighter 2, and he bought it from the local show that they used to have at the Motorcycle Museum in Birmingham. And I've said before, I think it was around about 100 quid or something, which is just ridiculous, but it was well worth every penny because the game is amazing. Remember when shopping in our price, you could put on the headphones and sample some music selecting albums? To be honest, mate, I don't know what our price is. I've never had one as far as I'm aware. I've never seen one, so I don't know. Have you ever had a Five Guys burger? I honestly didn't know we had Five Guys in the UK. The only time I've heard of Five Guys was on the Kind of Funny games on Game Over Greggy, because Connie Moriarty likes it. But I've never heard of it other than that, so I didn't know we had them over here. And the last question for today. Birdsong. What's the harder game? What is the harder game? Pilot Wings on the Super Nintendo or Contra on the NES? Ooh. they're both tricky games. I'm probably going to say Contra. It's a bit of a, they're pretty much on the same level in terms of difficulty, but I would say Contra, yeah. It's just got a slight edge. So thank you very much, Mark, appreciate it. And thank you to everyone asking me a question, as always, absolutely brilliant. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you do have a question for me, please leave it in the comments down below and I'll answer that next Friday. Cut off, as always, is next Wednesday, because the videos are shot on a Thursday. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next Friday.